All right, welcome to Three Guys, One Hot Tub. It's not similar to Two Girls, One Cup, but
it is
here
different.
Here we are.
You can make it the same though.
It's a smooth start.
All right, so as you can tell, this is a very different setting than what it is normally. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, go and check the other podcasts. This is not the normal place. We
It
figured
would be a good spot to start, though.
we figured that this is deep talks happening in hot tubs.
Exactly.
So we have our good friend Awstace Pookie Bear.
Awstace Poo Pie.
Yep.
We're not 5 feet apart. Or are we?
Okay,
Yeah.
what?
But yeah.
Don't
So
cut that
who are you?
Who am I?
Yeah. What's your name? Tell us a little bit. Yourself.
I'm, one of my names I go by is Pookie.
He does go by Pookie.
I go by Pookie, and then, Caleb calls me Awstace Poo Pie.
Sometimes Awstace Poo Poo.
Yeah, another nickname I have is Brock. Long story behind that one. There's actually some girls on the track team who, pretty sure they don't actually know my name. But my actual name's Awstace. I do track, 400, pretty much the same thing as these guys do. Exercise science major, trying to be a physical therapist. But yeah, we both went to GCMS.
Yeah, represent, baby.
Yeah,
We back in the Melvin right now.
So, Awstace, we are in a hot tub.
Yes.
If you can't tell, and our
Yep.
viewers. So I have a question for you, sir.
What was that?
This is water. Is this wet or is it not wet?
Of course it's wet.
You think it's wet?
Of course it's wet.
Are you crazy?
Can you explain
I'm not
why you
crazy.
think it's wet?
So when you get out of this hot tub, you're gonna be wet, right?
My
Right?
body is wet.
Exactly. You were in water, you got out, and you're wet.
Because the water is on me, though. You can't, water just
itself.
So
Yeah.
tell me how something. So you're saying the water is making you wet, right? Because it's on you.
Yeah.
So it technically has that property, right?
No.
Yes.
Because
yes,
the
what?
water is on me, I'm wet. Like, it doesn't make me wet. Like, the water itself isn't wet. Like, I can't put water on water and make the water wet.
But water is wet. Like, how can it make you wet if it's not wet itself?
Nah, it's just not how it works, man. Like, the water's
What?
not wet.
I did.
Think about it like this. If I catch myself on fire, if I get water on me, I'm wet. If I get fire on me, I'm on fire. But, like fire doesn't make, like, you can't, like, burn
But you're hot.
fire, you know?
Yeah, but like,
But I feel
how
like
does that?
Make water
I feel like
wet.
with that argue, you can go like, is water wet? Is fire hot? Is fire hot?
Yeah.
Because so if I am in fire, then I get out of fire, I am hot.
Mhm.
Same thing with water.
So you're saying it is wet?
I don't know what I'm saying.
Yes. See, exactly.
It's
I'm saying just to fight that. I just think that it's like if you break it down to the molecular level, it's not wet because it's individual molecules, and something can't be itself. It's different. It's not wet. It's just water.
But
Water is
wet is like a property.
It makes things
of it.
wet. No, it makes things wet. Water isn't wet.
But how
Exactly.
It goes back to my
Exactly.
same argument.
it makes
How can
things-
something?
Fire isn't hot. It makes things hot, right? I'm not being like whenever I'm sitting in the fire, I'm not like, ooh, like I'm hot because of the fire. The fire isn't hot itself.
So when you take a temperature gauge to the fire, it's not hot.
I mean, the area around it, the fire itself can be hot, but like hot is different than wet.
Well, yeah, but you're comparing the two. Though. You're comparing the two,
the
though.
difference is where if I go and have a fire
Yeah.
and then I stop, like it can cool me off. Like temperature's different. It's more relative than wet and not wet.
There's both like properties.
So there's damp, there's moist, there's
Are fish wet?
Are fish wet?
Yes.
Yeah, because they have water on them.
No.
If you
when they
take
come
them
out
in-
of the water,
Oh, they're
they're wet. Like when
Yeah.
right now, as I'm in the water, my body, I'm not wet until I come out.
Yeah, that's true.
Because the
So
water's
is he,
still on
is he
you.
wet?
But that's exactly what it is.
So if I were to do
When I come out, I'm wet.
Yeah.
But right now,
boom,
not wet.
and then what?
Wet.
Is my arm still wet?
Yes, it is. Because it has water on you.
But so what places have no water?
The water's what
Then you're
makes
dry
me.
because you don't have water on you anymore.
I'm
Water
wet.
is wet.
No,
Okay,
the
well,
water is what's making me wet. But when I'm in the water, I'm not wet because water itself
Water's
isn't wet.
surrounding you though, so you're technically wet.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm like part of the water. Like I'm not. You're not wet until you're like out of the water.
I don't know. Water is not wet.
Is it-
Wait, sorry. I don't know what I'm saying anymore.
I was gonna say, bro.
I
don't know which
I
one.
see both arguments. I'm like
Exactly.
the devil's advocate here.
But like, how is it different if you take your arm out of the water? You still have water on you, and
Yeah.
if you go down here, you still have water on you. So like, you're wet either way.
Well, it's because it's just like what I'm saying. When a fish is in the water, it's not wet. It's like the air to that thing. It's not wet till it comes out. You know what I'm saying? Like
I mean, I kind of see what you're saying, but it's like, it still has water around it. It's still covered in water.
Yeah, it's covered. It's covered in water, but it's like in the water, so it can't be wet till it. Like you don't know. It doesn't know it's wet. It's not wet until it comes out.
I mean, I get what
What's
you're
your
saying.
rebuttal?
What's my what?
Your rebuttal.
Rebuttal? I already said it. Like, if you take it, if you still have water on you, right?
Yeah,
Like
it's out.
water's still covering your arm, right?
Yeah.
What's the difference?
The difference is that it's out of the water.
Well, like you still have water all around
That's
it.
what I'm saying. Water, but I'm just saying the water isn't wet. The water being on you is what makes you wet.
Then is water itself wet?
Yes,
No.
it has to be.
That's what I'm saying. That's the argument. Water, like
How about think of it this way?
this water isn't wet, but the water on me makes me wet.
Think about it this way. If you don't have any water on you or any liquid that contains water, how else can you be wet? You can't be wet without water.
Sweat.
So
Alright,
water
now-
that has water.
No.
Exactly. The water being on you makes you wet, but water itself isn't wet.
Hear me out here, right? So, you have 4 water molecules. Is water wet?
Yes.
You have 2. Is it wet?
Yes.
You have 1.
It's still water.
There's no water making that water wet. It's just water, but it's not making it wet. It's just water. You get what I'm trying to say?
But water is just water. You can't like splash water onto water and make it wet.
Yeah, it's like me saying like, oh well, I'm dipping myself in water to make myself wet. But if water can't dip itself in water because there's only 1 water molecule, then how is it wet?
It still exists.
But
Like,
is it wet?
It's still water. Yeah. What?
No, because it's not touching any other water to make it wet.
It doesn't need to touch any other water.
But-
Long
but
story
a
short,
drop of
water
water.
isn't wet.
Water's not
Okay. Okay. Well. All right. Well,
Tell us what you think down below in the comments, or come talk to us and say if you think it's wet or not and why. Now, Awstace, Brock. Whenever I think of you, I think of you running form. I said this earlier today. You remind me of a predator.
Okay.
Wait.
Whoa.
No, I did not mean like
Are
that.
you serious?
No, I meant as in like a like. Oh no.
Bro.
I mean predator as
Think
in
of a
like
predator.
like a
Alright.
predator and prey, like chasing a animal, not chasing a young child. There's a difference. I did not mean like that. I am sorry. Cut it out. Clip it and ship it. Whatever. Right. So.
No.
I think you, as like, you're running for makes it seem like you're chasing something, like you're hunting something down.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, my transitions are smooth.
Yeah.
Ow. What is the biggest animal you could take in the fight to the death with your bare hands? So, like, if you were tossed in that field with an animal, what's the biggest animal you could take in the fight to the death?
Not gonna lie. I haven't really put any thought into this one.
Could you beat a dog?
A dog?
Yeah.
Depending on what dog it is. Like,
Okay, that's
if
not
it's
even-
like a big dog, like obviously I could take on like a chihuahua or something.
Well,
Duh.
honestly, I think for the most part, like,
I could take any dog.
almost all dogs I could probably take.
I just said I could take any dog.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Because like if you think about it, if you go up against like do you think you could beat a German Shepherd?
Yeah.
Yes. I think where it gets different is Great Dane, like the horse dogs, and like a big beefy like pit bull or Rottweiler.
But think about how
Is it just
fast
my bare
a
hands,
dog
right?
is.
Yeah.
Dude,
Like,
I'm grabbing it by the
it's-
jaws,
it's-
ripping
it's
it open,
Caleb
and snapping
Bly.
its neck.
Those things are so much faster than you
It's
think.
Kilobly.
Like-
Kilobly's faster than you think.
Okay.
But the thing, I can like move sideways way faster than a dog can move sideways.
That's true. Have you ever seen a dog move laterally? No. But you've seen humans move laterally.
Well, I was
Alright.
thinking you would say yes to a dog, then I was gonna go to a bigger animal.
So
you
this
already
is-
said
oh.
you would lose to a
Alright,
dog.
this is what I think. I think the biggest
I'm being
animal
realistic.
is like normal adult male is what I'm saying. Normal adult size. It's not like, oh, I could take a baby rhinoceros. That's the
Yeah.
normal adult male. Llama.
I disagree.
No, just hear me out. Llamas are not known for being fast, agile, or mobile. They just kind of live and spit. I don't like. At the end of the day, like their spit's not like poisonous. It's not gonna do. It's just gonna be kind of gross. But I think I think you guys agree I can maneuver to the llama's sides, like stand next to it,
Yeah.
kicking its leg, boom, broken leg. I have to do that 4 times. It's immobile. It's just like it's like ground beef, like like just no leg. It's just sitting
Okay.
on the ground in pain. I get on its back and strangle it to death.
I think that's possible.
I think that's possible.
Yeah. Okay.
Right?
I can see that.
Like I'm not saying like I'm gonna come out unscathed and like I'm gonna have some spit on me, but it might like that. But like I think like there's no offense on a llama.
True.
That the hardest part would be probably choking out because it has like a long like strong.
That
neck.
and like I feel like they're just animals are just stronger than you think they are.
But I could definitely like kick it. Like they don't have like super strong knees, and if I put like my entire weight into it, I could
see that.
So llama. Do you think you could beat anything bigger than a llama?
What was I gonna say? What did I say earlier?
You said an ostrich.
Yeah, I think I could take it. Ostrich would be the tough, but I think I could take it.
They're like they poke out eyes and stuff.
Yeah,
though.
exactly.
I know,
They're
but I'm saying it would be
fast.
like a legitimate fight.
That's
But I think if I can get on its back, like that neck's long, like all I have to do is be able to get like on its back, and when I'll kind of roll around to the front, get its neck, and like bend it over my knee. You know?
That's so gross.
That's all I gotta do.
Yeah.
Do you think you would come out unscratched?
No.
Nah.
Do you think you would come out with an eye? Do you think you'd have one eye gone?
I
Yeah,
think
you
I could
have-
come out on my eyes, but I might have some bad scratches.
Okay.
Yeah.
Slash some bruises, you know?
Yeah. Awstace.
Dude. All I can think about is predators, and predators would like beat me.
Of course you're thinking. But what type? Do you think like I've seen someone have told me straight up they think they could beat a horse.
Kangaroo?
No, that is not true.
Could you beat a kangaroo?
Kangaroo. No,
Would
that
you
thing
box a
would
kangaroo?
jack me. Have you seen how jacked those things are?
Yeah.
Not all of them are. but
Okay,
most of them
true. But you said a
are.
normal
Like the
adult
average
male.
adult male. Like
That
I feel like
thing-
the average adult male.
Those things are low key ripped.
If it's not allowed to use its back legs, I'm beating it up.
Have you seen its arms though?
The arms are
Their
short.
arms-
I mean,
The
it's still
arms
powerful.
have
true.
like no.
Well, the reason they
range
have
of
power
motion.
is because they can lean back on their tail and get all that like juice down.
Yeah.
in it.
True.
They're explosive. Their tails low key really strong.
I know.
Yeah.
Imagine we had tails. Sorry, this is getting also
That would be
answer.
weird. Dude. I mean, I feel like I could take a dog, but like I feel like there's something bigger than that.
Lame.
Let me think. I haven't ever thought of this question before. Probably like a pony or something. That's weird. That's weird. Okay.
Boring.
Yeah,
Sorry,
that's
bro.
not.
I
I
can't
guess
think
a
of
horse,
anything.
a small horse.
Yeah, I can't take on a regular sized horse.
A horse isn't gonna fight back. I feel like.
I feel like
Have
they
you seen
definitely
horses
would. Yeah,
get,
have
like,
you
buck
seen like
and, like,
yeah.
kick?
Well, so in this situation, is it like a horse that I know, or like a horse that is like a
Horse
random
that I
horse?
know.
That's you.
You're gonna kill a horse.
Because
that
if
you
I know
know,
the
bro.
horse, it'll let me walk up to it, and then I'll just like take it out real quick.
I mean,
but-
most
but you
horses
s-
don't mind. Like, you can walk up to a horse as long as you're not like being a threat and like walking
Yeah.
in a blind spot.
Yeah.
Well, that'd be hard still. Honestly, bare hands on a horse, their necks are big.
That's
Actually-
why I'm like llama. I think it's like the point where I'm like I could probably choke it out. So
Yeah.
especially like if it has all its legs snapped.
Yeah. I feel like taking on an orangutan.
Dude, those things are
baboon?
smarter than you.
Those things are what? Hey, okay, pal. All right,
I'm
pal. Because like
You're not that guy, pal.
I mean, I don't feel like they're very. Obviously, they can like swing through trees, but I don't feel like they're very mobile. Like they look like they're just fat with like long arms, and like those things can get big, but like it doesn't look like they have any power.
I don't know. I feel like they got some crazy grip strength.
They do.
True.
Like they're gonna grab on you and they're not gonna let go until it just.
If they get
Until I
a,
break
if they
its
get a
arms.
squeeze on your balls, the thing's not let go.
Why would they go for my balls first?
Because it knows your
It's
weakness.
smart. I saw a video of an orangutan the other day that it's like it was a granola bar or something like that. I guess they fed it like consistently, and the person like put it in the dirt and like got it all dirty, and the orangutan grabbed it and like started wiping it off like what you would see like almost like a kid doing. Yeah. All right. Even more debatable question here. You mentioned orangutans. Who would win in a fight? A silverback gorilla or a grizzly bear?
Grizzly bear.
It's a hard one. I feel like depending on how smart the gorilla is, I feel like a gorilla could win.
The average gorilla. It's not like it's an average gorilla and average grizzly bear. I am on team silverback gorilla.
I think I might have to go with that too.
What are you, Gil? You said you're grizzly
Grizzly bear.
Why?
Grizzly
Tell
bears.
me why.
They're huge.
All right.
They have
Yeah.
massive freaking claws. They have so much fat and blubber to protect them. And they're just like, yeah, they can't move side to side as fast. But like, I just think he gets one swipe on that gorilla. That thing is.
Have you seen how much a untrained average gorilla can bench?
Well, all gorillas are untrained, but.
Well, you know what I mean. like you literally like somehow like if you can get it to bench press,
Yeah,
it's
those things.
like 600, 700 pounds.
Well, I bet a grizzly
Just
bear.
boom.
And a grizzly bear probably. How much does a grizzly bear weigh?
That's the thing. Just the weight
They-
difference is probably like substantial.
Like
But-
the strength on that
But
thing though,
the
and
grizzly
like
bear like doesn't have thumbs. Like it has claws, but like
yeah, and like you
I'm
said, it
thinking
can't
it's
move.
not
It
as
can't move
strong.
side to side though. That's
But-
the thing.
and
It's
like
still
when someone's like,
fast.
"Oh, the grizzly bear will bite you," I looked it up. I have the facts and the sources to prove it.
You looked it up.
Grizzly bears, not grizzly bears, sorry. Silverback gorillas have a stronger bite force than bears do.
But I don't think a grizzly bear. I mean, I don't know how thick their coats and stuff are, but I don't know if depending on where the freaking whatever with silverback
Silverback.
gorilla can bite it, it won't get all the way through.
I mean, if it bites it like in the stomach, yeah, but like
I don't feel like it could get around. Like
But
it
yeah, how
could get
much
its
fur?
mouth around something though.
I feel like it could like his arm.
True.
Like that's gonna hurt it substantially.
Yeah. True. True.
I don't know. It's like the only thing that I can understand the grizzly bear is the claws.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. The claws will
The
just
claws,
freaking,
but,
the
like-
whole the front half of the gorilla
But, like,
thingy
I
is
don't
like
know.
bare.
But it can only use its front legs though.
I mean, not imagine it gets on top and starts kicking like the cats do.
I really.
It's a bear.
Yeah.
I know, but like it'll use its back legs.
I feel like the gorilla can move too fast side to side. Like a bear won't be able to keep up, and then like
I feel like I could break a bear.
Where are they fighting? Are they fighting in the trees? Or are they fighting like not in the trees, but like in
I'd
the
say like
forest? Or,
I imagine it sounds weird. I'm gonna imagine it in like an arena that's like
In
both of their natural habitats like cut in half.
So part of it is near a waterfall where the bear, hunts salmon and with some trees over here. I think the bear wins. If they're in the water, bear wins easy.
But I feel like the monkey's
like-
like smart enough to like, be
Yeah.
like hey, come away from the water.
and like the grizzly bear is gonna be aggressive enough to leave where it's at to go after something.
The world may never know.
I say
I
we
mean,
find a way to
good.
set it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Facts.
Find like a terminally kill both of them, so it's not like you're like killing them,
Yeah.
and then
People make bets.
boom.
All right. Speaking of predatorial instincts.
Can we
When you
stop
win-
using the word predator and looking at me?
So
Like-
we were talking about your running. When you run in the 400, like, what's your mindset? Like, what's going through your head while you're running? Like, are you thinking about anything? Like walk me through it.
Walk me through it. Well, it depends. Outdoor and indoor are a little different.
We're in indoor season right now. So go indoor.
Are we going open or 4x4?
Oh,
You can
much
choose.
different.
You can choose.
The 4x4, if anyone's behind me, in front of me, it's just track that guy down, like the whole time. Like you should think about like how you're running it, but my whole entire mindset when I'm behind somebody is track that guy down.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the open, it depends on like I usually try and think about like how I'm running, like strides and like breathing, and then also like just keeping in mind the race plan. Like if the wind's going hard into the backstretch, like
Yeah.
drive extra and stuff like that. But when it comes to 4x4, there's not really a strategical part for me. It's just track that guy down.
What about indoor? Like, 'cause you only really mentioned outdoor, right?
Yeah.
Or is it kind of the same? 'Cause with hunting down, because
Well,
you all
yeah.
cut in, so.
Really like attack the curves. Like that's usually what I try and do.
With that predatorial drive.
Like you're hunting him down.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah, attack the curves and like just stride out on the straights.
Yeah.
Like trying to be smart with it, but then I think we can all agree that when it comes to like the last 100, all the like form and stuff that you like the game plan, it just goes away. You're like, just survive this last 100, bro.
How do you feel? What's your favorite event? Like, do you like the long jump or the 4 more?
4, definitely 4x4, but
Yeah.
Is 4 your favorite running event?
why? I'm not really great on any other ones.
Yeah, that's true.
What's your do you have goals or?
Yeah, all conference for the 4 is definitely a goal. You guys have set in that 4x4 pretty well. It'd be almost impossible to
Never know.
join that.
You're in a 50 point.
But
So-
like, still, like you guys just work together well. Like,
All conference for long and 4.
Long would be tough, but like.
Well, do you have like a distance goal, or do you not? Do you not have like? Do you like to just set like regular, or like not necessarily distance goals, just like that type of goal, like you said?
Probably for long jump, just like
You married to PR in the first meet.
consistently PR. Like
Yeah.
maybe not like every meet, but like every other or something like that.
I think you still got a lot more.
Yeah.
In your jump.
We'll see. But we're definitely winning conference, no doubt. Like
He said it here, folks.
yeah.
We didn't say he did.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, I've said
you
it.
guys agree
Yeah,
though, like, but I'm not gonna say it. Never mind.
Say it. Say it.
I was gonna say it's gonna hurt with Jake gone, but
Oh, it's all right, Jake. We love you.
yeah, we do love you, man.
Jake Starver.
Yeah,
He's still alive.
yeah. No, he's still alive. Yeah, well, we love all our teammates.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's because like I definitely feel like we could have 5 people in the finals for the 4, like for the open 4.
I think we'd have. I think it's gonna be like that thing where it came out like 200 last year, where some guys didn't make it because we are like
Because they didn't win.
didn't get the
True,
big Q.
True.
Yeah.
I hate that.
That's
That's
where,
dumbest
like,
rule.
Some of us got like E-Man was lucky enough to make it in on time. 'Cause, like,
Yeah.
I was in his heat for the open, right?
I
Or
think
for
so.
the,
Yeah.
the big Q. Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
And it's like there are other teams that like I don't know. Augie has like 2 to 3 decent 200 runners, but like we probably had the best 200 squad that were performing in conference because like some people didn't run the 2. I guess Wesleyan had a decent one too.
Yeah.
Like they had like we had to run against like 2. I was in the same heat as him, and like I think Jack and Kemper were in the same heat.
Yeah.
And it's just like one of those things that it's really tough whenever you get put in the heat with like someone crazy good, or like
Or
you
just
get put in the heat with like your own team.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it's like then it's like you're guaranteeing
You
only
have to
one
go
win.
one.
We can only bring 5 to
Like-
conference, right?
Huh?
We can only bring 5 to conference.
Yeah.
I forgot about that because I feel like we could have like almost like 8. I think we're gonna have 2 4x4s that can run pretty fast.
Dude,
It's gonna be tough to only bring 5 guys.
Yeah.
And that's where I think
It's
like
gonna be a battle.
I might end up being 16-1. Maybe. It depends what I end up running in the open.
Yeah.
I guess.
I feel like we're gonna have to just like
It's gonna be it's
whoever
gonna
can
be,
score the most points.
Yeah, facts.
because if I end up running the 4, I can't run the 60.
Yeah, and I feel like
And it's like if
you and Kemper in 60 you both can score,
yeah,
and then we have other guys that can fill in the 4. I think right now at least.
especially this year with
Yeah.
a lot of the last year's upperclassmen gone.
Yeah.
Like there's Jeremy, but I don't know what he's running. If like he might like since he hurt his hamstring last year, and even the
Did they play football
the
again?
year before, yeah, that he's like he could end up moving more LD, not LD,
Yeah.
like long sprints.
I was gonna say LD.
Yeah,
MD.
yeah. More long sprints, and then that leaves like freshmen, which like,
Yeah.
I don't know where anyone is from other schools, so it's like
Do you know where you guys are ranked, like as of right now in conference?
for what?
60 or 2.
I mean, I ran the
Columns
Well, you
number
didn't run
one.
the 2.
I ran the fastest 6 in the conference.
What won
Okay.
60 last year? Was it not? It wasn't that fast.
Jeremy won it fairly fast, but other than that, it wasn't crazy. I don't remember what he ran, but he ran a really good time. And then he killed the 200, ran a 22 flat indoor non-bank.
Yeah.
That'll do it. But it's one of those things that like I'm expecting him to be there. I'm expecting Evan to run the 2.
Yeah.
Expecting
Yeah.
Connor to run the 2.
Everyone went nuts in our 300.
Dude, he did.
I mean,
He was
but then
cooking.
so did all. We had 5 guys in the top 6 or whatever. So,
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
or-
And I think like
Top
Jake's,
7.
Jake's can also like can run up there fast.
Oh,
points,
yeah.
Too, so it's like we have other people too.
and that's the
That
thing.
can.
We had multiple people run faster than I did last year, and last year I ended up running 49s,
Yeah.
which is why I just think we can have like up to 8 people that are going sub 50 even once we get to outdoor, possibly even indoor. Because
Yeah.
I don't know, just
Especially
it
in a
feels
split
different.
for the 4x4.
Yeah.
Low key, I feel like if you could enter 2 4x4s, when it comes to outdoor, I think we could maybe go 1 and 2.
That'd be nuts.
Like-
2, I genuinely think 2 could be difficult because like
Yeah.
like there
Augie
are
did
like
well.
Augie and Wesleyan both have legit 4x4s
Yeah.
that it's like you take out like if you were to mix and match you could probably find a way to like
Yeah.
not BS it 'cause that's not the right word but like
Yeah, because I guess if we're all running, let's say if a first team all runs 48s,
Mhm.
and the other guys are running 49s, then
Like, you
or
could just
like
mix
even
and match.
50s, then we could put 2
Yeah.
48s with the 50s,
Exactly.
2, 2, 2, 2.
yeah
Mhm.
That'd be
Instead-
nuts.
the only thing is like we need to at least run those all 48s once to get a match.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Like, it's one of those things that it's
We might even. I'm just saying. I might not even do
It'd be
that.
dangerous.
But
Are you able to, like, if there's a full A team and then like the full B team is different than the A team, can you take 2 to nationals?
No.
I thought
I
someone
mean, I
said
don't know if it's
something
full
about
different,
that.
but I think you only have one team because that would
Yeah,
take
I
someone's
think
that would
it's-
take another school's place.
The only
But you
thing
ran the
that
faster time though.
I agree.
Like,
I don't know. I don't know if it's ever like it's probably been done, but like I haven't really seen it in the past. I've only been paying attention to nationals.
I think it'd be like a very disrespectful. If it was allowed, I think it'd be very disrespectful
yeah.
somehow.
But at the same
But
time,
it's
like if a team has 20 fantastic 200 runners, all 20 can go to nationals if they get the 20 fastest time.
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah.
in open events, you can send as many individuals as you want. So I
Yeah.
don't know if
I guess that would make it like
You can
On-
send more than 5.
Huh?
You can send more than 5.
if I believe so. I believe it. I actually don't know how it works.
I feel like you could because you're
Yeah,
trying to just hit top
it's just-
20.
It's top
True.
20.
Some years
qualifying
it's
time.
top 22.
It's outdoor. I think indoors 20, outdoors 22. I think.
Yeah.
I think.
One of the guys, and sometimes it's top. It'll be obviously like girls is 20 and guys is 22.
I don't know how
It doesn't
works.
really make sense.
Yeah.
But long jump started crazy this year already. Guy at first I think already jumped like 7.4 or 5.
What?
And like the second and third are like
That's
already like further than the last year's top 3 or 4.
That's like a meter force.
It's more than that.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Hey.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
7.5.
Dude, my hands are starting to get pruny.
Oh, mine get pretty in like 5 seconds.
How long?
Huh?
How long do you think it takes for that to happen?
For me, it's pretty like almost.
It
Like,
depends
literally
how
five.
Does it depend on
like a
soccer
minute or
is, I
two.
think.
That and like probably how hydrated you are.
Probably. Well, isn't it also like it's your body adapting to be able to
No,
Grip.
no.
not grip, but like be able because it's like if your hands.
Mr.
flat,
Ward,
you
our
can't-
professor or our teacher in high school he would get that was his main argument. He's so mad. He's like, that's not what it's for.
Well, like what it is like the water's being like sucked out of your skin,
That's true.
so then your skin's just shrinking. I was about to bring that
Wow.
But
up.
my
like,
grips
it's
feel
really loud.
my grip strengths. I mean, it was fine when we checked earlier.
Was it this
Yeah.
loud? We'll be fine.
I mean, if I turn this down, it'll turn off once it realizes I turned
Yeah.
the temperature down.
I think it was fine before though.
Yeah.
We're probably good.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen 5 Feet Apart though, or 6 feet
Oh
apart?
yeah, that
Two guys.
that's
and it's-
that movie's
'cause
so
it was
sad, dude.
wait.
It's just 2 guys.
Yeah, wait.
What are you watching,
yeah,
bro?
whoa.
No, wait, I was
hey.
talking about the Vine. It's like two guys chilling in a hot tub.
No, I'm
Oh,
talking about the
no,
real.
no.
I'm talking about the movie where they have cystic fibrosis or whatever.
Yeah,
and they
you have to
can't-
stay 5 feet apart from somebody.
No. What?
Yeah.
It's 6 feet. Is it 5? No, yeah, it was
think
6, but they say they took a
changed
foot
it to-
back. They're like,
Because
we can
it
take
was
this
like
foot back.
a pull, like
Yeah.
a pull stick or something.
It made me cry.
Dude,
You need to watch it.
I was
more.
close.
Huh.
I was close, and I was watching it with a group, and everyone looked at me like, "You're cold-hearted because you didn't cry." I'm like, "Bro, what?"
You are. You
Okay,
didn't cry.
You
What?
uncultured swine.
Sorry. I've been toned down because of all the sappy movies my mom watches.
You're numb to it now.
I'm not numb to it now. It's just like, that happened. Knew that was gonna happen like 10 minutes ago.
Oh, because
Like it's
you,
it's one of those
predict it.
like yeah.
Well, don't think
exactly.
ahead.
Just watch it.
It's
Be,
hard
live
not
in the
to
moment.
now.
Austin.
Yeah, come on, man.
Sorry. I like to look into the future.
Austin, what does your tattoo say for the folks?
Yeah, show,
on the
Ah,
podcast?
show them the tattoo.
Yeah. So I got a tattoo. What was it? I think it was 2.5 weeks ago now. It's Hebrew for Proverbs 3:5-6. Should I recite the whole thing? Or?
Yeah, do it.
Just a second. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding, but submit to Him in all your ways, and He will set your path straight.
Yeah.
Don't look that up because it might have a few words off.
That's
Well, different
alright.
translations are different.
That
Yeah,
one's
true,
fire.
true.
That one's fire.
It's like a good reminder because like there's sometimes you're like questioning stuff. You're like, well, just trust Him, bro.
Yeah. How many people have asked you about it?
Since I've been home, there's been like a number of people that have asked, like, what does it say? And I was like, I like told them, and then I think Jaden, he asked, he was like, what does it actually say? Like testing to see if I knew.
Yeah.
He was like, okay. I was like, yeah, I know it.
You
So
should-
test me.
I'm curious to see when we start going to track meets. Like I know you had it at the first meet, right? But I'm
Yeah.
wondering if when we start going to other meets, people will like notice it because a lot of we write the Bible verses, but now you set the permanent one.
Yeah.
I think you should still write one on the other arm, but
Should I?
yeah.
I
That's
might.
that's why like I was like wanting one on my thigh because I still want to write different ones on my arm.
Yeah.
It's like I was like this one's very important, but like there's other ones that like could pertain to me like
Yeah.
in that moment that I'm like okay like I want to see this, and I can't write one on the other arm because I would sleep arm sleep on.
Oh yeah.
Unless like I want to like see it under it or.
I remember at outdoor meet when we got at conference when we got those white shirts. I was so nervous. I can't remember if it wiped off or not. But we had like red. I got a red marker and put it on, and I think it got on someone's sweatshirt was like red.
It was the last chance meet at Augie.
Oh yeah.
Where I had it on my wrist and I was laying down like this in between things with my hood up.
Oh yeah.
And someone's like, "Oh, are you bleeding?" I'm like, "No," and then they could see the like whatever verse I had written on the back of my sweatshirt.
Classic. Do you like indoor or outdoor more? Oh, you okay, man?
Good.
Need Heimlich or need a mouth to mouth?
Yeah, mouth to mouth,
I'm
but-
certified mouth to mouth. I am a certified lifeguard still.
Oh yeah,
You like indoor or outdoor more?
bro.
And it
Sorry.
can be multiple atmosphere or for running. Or like, just,
The
like,
atmosphere, the atmosphere is definitely indoor, because like it's so much louder.
Yeah.
But besides that, it's definitely outdoor. Like I always say, track was never meant to be an indoor sport.
Yeah.
Because like the actual running events, all of them are thrown off besides the 60,
Yeah, that's true.
and like it just wears on your body too much, in my
It
opinion.
really does. Hitting those curves.
Dude, the curves suck. Like there's been people that have asked like who haven't done indoor. They're like, how bad are the curves? I'm like, well, I'm gonna be straight up. They suck, bro. Like they're
Especially
horrible.
in the beginning, if you're not used to them, it hurts one side of your body so much.
That's why like you see a lot of people perform bad indoor and then go outdoor and they do a lot better.
Yeah.
It's like they don't know how to run on the curves that well.
Yeah.
Like it's different. It's also like a training time.
Yeah.
It's also a lot different.
It's also like I feel like it comes down to how you run. Because if you usually like extend your stride more, you can't do that on the curve, obviously. So like it's gonna slow you down a lot. But once you get outdoor, like you can still open up your stride on the curves. It's like it's not as bad. But yeah, curves, especially when you have the wrong spikes. Dude, I really hope those come in
Yeah.
early.
What spikes do you have now again?
The
Victories.
victories, and those, dude. I'm glad Jake let me use those because they felt so much better. Like,
Did you think your other ones felt good before?
I mean, I
The
thought they felt
victories?
decent, but I just like had the assumption in my head that everyone's feet slide like that, and then he was like,
No.
"Dude, your feet shouldn't slide like that." I was like, "Oh,
I mean, indoor they will a little bit, but like
Outdoors not gonna be
outdoor
as bad.
shouldn't be noticeable. But like you said, you can feel it now and when you're outside.
oh yeah."
Because it's like that. It's that material. It's like really loose.
And like those aren't meant for like almost all out sprint.
Those are
Yeah.
like
You have like 800 miles.
those are like some use them for the 4, they're like 800 miles.
Jake said he would wear them for the 8 and he felt a lot of slipping.
Yeah.
Granted,
I
he's
was-
running pretty fast still.
Yeah. And there,
Sorry, go ahead.
and there were like people like, who was that? I think it was Gabe had him, and he was running the mile. I'm like, okay, well, I must have the wrong spikes or something.
Yeah.
When you got them, I'm like some people use them for 400s. Like that's most of the people who like are also like elevated.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't hate it. It's just
Yeah.
like, I wish they had I wish they had a max fly in those colors though.
Dude, those
know.
that's the main reason I picked them. I'm gonna be honest.
The color. No,
Like,
I saw.
that-
I was
those
debating.
colors were
They have
dope.
the Superfly Elite 2s in that color.
Oh yeah.
I was like trying to find them. They're like a fairly older colorway, so I couldn't find them.
I look like the black Max flies that some people hate on.
The
I think
Medicine
they
Yeah,
look
I
fun.
like those.
I
Yeah,
think
the Air Max.
if we wore the black uniforms, I would 100% buy them.
Well, they were the cheapest ones. Like they were on sale.
They
The
were
other-
they were also the newest ones released at that point.
Oh,
Oh.
true.
They probably aren't as popular. For some reason, they just weren't popular.
Well, it's like low key. Like if you have like random color, like you don't match, and like when we wore those black uniforms at Warbird, like I was like, okay, I changed all my accessories to black, and it looked
Yeah.
so good. But like black spikes would look sick.
I know.
I
Like
wonder-
I wish our New Balances were like I'm glad they're like orange, not like a different. Like they could be a lot worse color.
Yeah,
ways.
true.
Just like,
But, like-
why the only colorway that you're releasing that orange?
I know. That's why I wonder that too. Like no
Have you-
variability or whatever word.
Sydney
it is.
McLaughlin, like she's a New Balance athlete.
Yeah.
She has a white pair.
White, of course.
That would. Be
There might be.
sick.
I think there's white. There might be a different like.
I think they're prototypes for like the newer, the
Yeah.
next model, but like
Dude, they need to come out with a different colors. I just like that teal and like it's like a purple color.
when it comes to accessories, I'm very much like white.
Yeah.
Just 'cause it's like, I don't know, just looks good with like, especially when it comes to the milk and the blue ones, because the little, the white M.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
It pops with all the other accessories you have, and
Yeah.
just have the white spikes.
I'm not a big accessory guy unless someone would be like, we're all wearing arm sleeves and they let me borrow this for 4x4.
Yeah.
I'm more of like, I got my chain on, Sometimes I like the cross. Lately, the cross has been kind of annoying me, so I might go to my old like chain I got from my grandpa. It's just like it doesn't bounce. Like I don't really hear it. Like I can kind of hear my cross chain when I'm running.
You hear it?
Yeah, it goes. Yeah, it makes like a scraping noise.
Okay.
I got to the point where like last year especially, I was like, I'm gonna try all the drip. I got like this one, and I had the longer.
You had that
one
really
was
long
bad.
one.
It was like, the thing was is I asked my mom, like, can I have this one? And then like the one she got me was like longer than I asked. I feel like, but like I was like, I'm still gonna wear it because it's like my first chain I had in like junior year of high school, and so I was like, I'm still gonna wear it. And then I forgot to take off my Jesus Loves You square one, but like low key, like because it's a box and at times it bounces up and like into the chin, or, like it's hit like right here before, like it has hurt.
Dang.
But I saw like the photo they posted for the athlete of the week. You could see both my chains bouncing. Like how cool would it be if you saw this one and then you saw a square one that says Jesus Loves You.
That'd be sick.
That would have been dope.
I was like, that would be dope, and so like I'm probably gonna end up wearing the other one still. But
I hate it when I'm in the black. Sometimes I look down, and my chain will go in my mouth, and I'm like, it's like it's small enough where if I look down, it gets there. But if I were to look up, it'd be very like tight. So I'm like, I gotta get this out, like, I'm like, if it gets stuck, I'm like ripping my chain off for sure.
There's been times I don't really notice it meets, like doing block starts in practice where it has been in my mouth. I just have to start with it. It's like it ends up out of my mouth. Like it's like,
I remember last year Kemp like would always have it in his mouth.
Some people do. Mine aren't long enough. Mine are like I got that like 18-inch ones. So like if I were to look up, it like pull on it really tight.
Exactly.
I don't remember who it was, but there was someone like ran a 60 or 100 that had the chain in his mouth, and like he finished and like he won, and he did with like the cross chain in his mouth.
That's cool.
When it comes to accessories, my favorite sport to have that was football, dude. Like football, you could just drip out.
I felt like my drip in football was subpar because I had like those white leggings, and it's just like I didn't have the right socks, I think. And so like I just had like normal Nike Elite socks with the white leggings, and just kind of threw it off.
Yeah, true.
I love basketball. So when I would put, so I had my white shoes. If I would put like when we would wear black, I would have the rolled shorts. Then I would have just one right leg sleeve on, but I would wear the low sock so you could see part of my ankle. The other one I had
exactly what I do.
I had a regular high on the left side, and I thought when I felt drippy, I feel like it's literally like the look good, feel good.
Yeah,
like I feel like on ball, I would just have a like better shot.
That's kind of how I feel low key, like at least felt. Is just like I feel a lot more confident because it's like whatever, and like I had that exact same. I had one long sock, one short sock because my leg sleeve covers up like a long sock would look weird, and I have my arm sleeve on the opposite arm.
I feel like the most drip that I show up to is when we just like do like a random ball sesh.
Dude, it was funny because we saw you open the door for us, and you had a headband, you had an arm sleeve.
I was tempted to put a headband on.
You didn't? Oh, your brother had the headband.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think it's funny. But the worst thing about white is my headband. It wasn't like orange or yellow when I was running in it over the year, but like because like I wore it and it was sweaty at my last meet at conference.
Yeah.
I put it back in my bag. Like I have a Ziploc bag that I put stuff in. It like marinated in the sweat for like half a year, and it came back like straight yellow.
Yeah, that's the only bad. Like you can tell the white workout shirts that you have. You can just tell like there's definitely one that I threw away recently where like it was all down the side, and it was like, yo, I'm like, yeah, that's how we done.
Cut off. It's like the straight.
Yeah. At that point, it was like almost like a light gray with how like unwhite it was.
Nasty.
Yeah.
You got any Do you have any like superstitions or not? You must have one.
My time. So any alarm that I set. Well, first of all you guys laugh when my 1027 one goes off. I don't know why I haven't turned that off. It's just like, honestly, it's just funny at this point now. But anytime that I set an alarm, it has to end with 7, because 7 is my lucky number. It's really weird. And then what's another?
So what time do you wake up on meet days?
On meet days?
Yeah.
Well, it depends on when the bus leaves.
Oh yeah.
So say
you
the
don't have
bus,
that
like, the
consistent.
last one was left at 9. The bus loaded at 9.
What was it? 7:57.
7:57. Wait, it was 9?
Yeah, the bus loads.
No, it was 7:37. Sorry. Yeah. No, that's weird.
Do you have any like meat track superstitions?
He has to. If he doesn't finish with the 7 in there, he slows down trying to get it.
Yeah, he has to try to finish with the 7.
I guess I gotta go 47 this year.
Yeah.
It could be like a
Like
Oh,
0.7.
50 point. Okay.
Yeah.
That was not.
Like if you're at 50.1, you're like, I gotta slow down.
Yeah, Austin's like, well, I'm not gonna get a 47, I'm gonna get a 57.
Yeah.
Just stand at the finish line.
You don't like have any superstitions? Nothing at
There's
all?
other ones that I like just can't think of right now. I don't have very many superstitions, but that's one that's just super weird. It's like almost a tradition now. It's not even a superstition anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, there has been in basketball. I always wore the same. Like if we won, I'd wear those same socks. But then as soon as we lost, I'd switch pair. It was. I mean, I feel like that's kind of common. But like,
I mean, this isn't really because of superstition, but every meet since freshman year, I got my free Air Jordan like joggers, and then I have my M track and field sweatshirt. I got those all freshman year. Every single meet, that's what I wear.
I wear
Every
very
single
similar things. I have Under Armour joggers, and then I have that like zip up, like you know that quarter zip.
Yeah,
that
or I wear that, the black one.
I have I have that one that I wear a lot of the time for indoor because it's like when it comes to indoor, like it's very same temperature for most things.
Yeah.
Like I'll have a cut off like a thing like that where it's very much
The black ones we got are
nice.
dope.
But like when it comes to outdoor, some days I'm like just long sleeve shirts. Sometimes I'm bundled up. Depends on the weather. So
Yeah.
that's different. But
What do you guys think about our school switching to Under Armour
see,
from Nike?
I don't love it because I just think our uniforms are dope.
Nike facts.
But it makes sense. It just the thing I would say that will suck for me and you is we're gonna get a lot less merch because like apparently we're gonna get free merch, a
Yeah,
lot more free merch, and we won't get that because like we're gonna leave soon.
that's true. Once I stick around, coach.
That's true. But
May as well.
I trust Cray. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to with doing the work study, but like if it were White House, I'd be like guys like no.
Yeah.
I love White House to death. Like,
Yeah.
people watch this White House. We love you to death, but like, I don't know why, but when it comes to designing a jersey, I don't know. But I think like Craig was an athlete. He understands.
Yeah.
Like,
He understands
degree
the
of
drip.
that.
Isn't Danbury helping with it too?
yeah.
I think Julio
To
is
an
as well.
Yeah.
So it's like I might like mention it next time I go in. Like, I'll be able to go in 3 days a week next year, if not more. So I can go to that. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I like our old stuff, but I feel like the switch, we're gonna get all new stuff, which I mean can be good and bad, like you said. Like it's probably gonna be good, but like I feel like new stuff is just like, I shouldn't say it brings in a new mentality, but like you kind of like feel cool when you're wearing something brand new.
Yeah, that's true.
The thing, if I'm worried about something, it's I really like the Nike Expressions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The half-tights.
Yeah, exactly.
And the Under Armours look different. And it's like they look like they have a different cut.
Yeah.
Where I am not worried
Yeah,
about
if it's
it.
like
That's
thick,
the one. That's
like
the one where I'm
shoulders.
Yeah.
dude, better not.
If it's like thick shoulders,
Yeah,
I'm glad.
I looked. I designed. Like I looked on the Under Armour like website, like design a jersey. There's different options. You can choose those thick ones.
I would have a
really hope
singlet.
they don't.
I wouldn't mind a singlet over that.
Put me in a one piece.
Yeah.
Like LSU.
Because then imagine after the race, you just kind of pull the sides down.
The only thing about that
kinda
is like
cool.
I don't love having my jersey on 100%. I'll keep my
Yeah, that's true.
half tights on.
Yeah.
Like not my top.
Yeah.
Oh, I like my spikes though. I don't really use my Nike spikes as much anymore though. It's mostly
Yeah.
Adidas and the New Balance.
I need to try. I must say Adidas for some reason. Adidas. Adidas Zeros on.
Yeah.
Or Adi Primes, whatever they're called. If they're as good as he's saying.
They would bruise my. They're pretty like pointy. Like you have room around like I feel like around like your balls of your feet, but then once it comes to your toes, it starts to get narrow really quick.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'll try it
It felt fast though.
because
I'm talking about my
the main
mojo though.
thing I'm worried about is the bubbles on the Max Slides.
Yeah.
Like I am a huge fan of the Max Slides, but like I can't practice them because I'm not gonna.
Well, have you noticed?
Yeah.
Most people that
that's
pop their
kinda
Max Flies, their form isn't the greatest.
True.
Well, it's because like they're rolling on their foot more.
Yeah, or they're hitting. They don't really run like softly. It's like a type of
it's
stump.
like I feel like the average person doesn't break them as much.
Yeah.
And so I'm waiting to see the Max Fly 2s when they come out.
Yeah.
Supposedly they have more reinforced bubbles, like less likely to pop. We'll see. I also saw a rumor that the Jawfly 4s and Super Elite 2s are all getting bubbles this
Dang.
next release. So if that's the case, I might low-key switch to Super Elite 2s.
Yeah.
The 3s.
Those would be sick.
Because it's like, it has the light mesh plus the bubble.
Yeah.
I just don't know how much stability it would have.
That's what, when I switched back, I've been more in the Adidas or Nike. I kind of wish I would have stuck with New Balance for the 300. Because I hadn't worn for, when I wore.
Did you wear Max Flies?
Yeah. When I put it, I realized, like, I didn't really notice before. Like, not that I felt wobbly running, but, like, when I was walking around, I was like, these aren't as, like, they don't feel as stable.
Especially when you don't wear them all.
And I didn't really ever think about it until I switched back after not wearing them for a long time.
Yeah.
They still feel fast, though, once you get going, but, yeah.
All right. This could be a stat question, Awstace. 4x4. Milliken 4x4, you have to be on the team. Who are you with 3 other people? What leg? And where are you going to be?
I'm not in it.
Why would you not?
Because I'm the slowest in the 4x4.
You also start.
That's
Starting
true,
is the
I
hardest
guess.
spot.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know.
No feelings will be hurt, but
Feelings will be or
What
they won't be?
What about
I
this
don't care.
instead? You could deny this question or answer either one. How about when you're a senior, saying you're on the 4x4, who do you think, even maybe a junior, who do you think is on it the next year?
yeah.
Next
So
year.
Next year?
the entire 4x4 that's here is going to be gone.
You're not. Oh,
I'm
I
not
thought we were
gonna
going junior
I'm
year.
not going to be
Oh,
here.
yeah.
Oh,
Either
we
way,
could-
I mean, I
actually,
don't really
do,
know.
do next year, so.
Yeah.
I was going to say, because then it takes Dayton out too.
Next year, doesn't it?
No, the year after.
Oh, yeah.
The entire 4x4 is gone the year I get.
Yeah, that's true.
James, leave it with me.
That's what I was saying.
To wash you.
Traderville. Well, obviously Colin and Dayton are going to be on it. I shouldn't say obviously, but like, and low key, if he can get healthy, I feel like it'd be a fight between Emmett and Nolan.
What about E-Man?
Oh my!
Yeah.
I think by his senior year,
No,
it's going to be a forefront.
Sorry, E-Man beats both of them out. E-Man beats both of them out. Just because like he's smooth and then like height helps so much. I definitely feel like he's gonna be.
What's the order?
on that. The order. Well, it depends on how good of an open you can run by that point. Because you ran, what did you run last year? 50 point what?
In the open,
Yeah,
I ran 50.2
2.
for Greenville.
Yeah. That was like your first.
My first open of the year. I ran 52 indoor.
Yeah, well, that's, yeah. Sadly, I feel like I'd start. Maybe. Just because I do so many opens
Starting
myself.
isn't sadly, though.
But, like, I don't want to start.
Where's your
like,
favorite place
if you,
to go?
like, definitely.
Is this
if it's outdoor, definitely
outdoor
third.
or indoor?
Outdoor.
Outdoor. Okay, so
If it
you're
were outdoor,
starting.
I'd want to go third. Because I don't want to anchor.
I love
Second, you have to cut in. And first, is
I like
you're
third.
basically running an open.
I love
Yeah.
third, mainly because it's like generally third's the worst leg, and I know for a fact people are like, oh, hopefully Colin's gonna do good, and then I go out there and
Yeah.
run some of the fastest splits on the track that day. And
Yeah.
it feels good.
And I feel like, I shouldn't say it's the least amount of pressure, because it's not, but like,
You know,
you don't have to worry about as much.
You know, you
Either
have
we
to-
either got you ahead or we got you behind, and your job is just to
Yeah.
either keep it or catch up.
Exactly.
All right, so you starting,
And then,
me dating E-Man. If that was your four that you said.
I feel like it would be Dayton, then E-Man, then you. Because Dayton loves to go to the break.
Dayton break. I can get behind that.
And then, I feel like you would be the most solid anchor. And then E-Man's like,
It's fair.
yeah, he's got that.
He's not gonna like give it up.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
And he definitely want to walk somebody down too.
Fair.
But yeah, that's what, because like we still have, and depending on freshmen coming in too.
That's the thing is last year we had me, who I've never like really was a 400 runner, like I made it work.
Yeah.
They was a freshman, so it's like you look at the 4x4 my freshman year, and it's Ben, who's obviously gone.
Oh yeah.
Bridgman, Skaggs, and Jake. I think you replaced Skaggs at one point, right?
We were on at the same time. We ran my freshman, or when I started running again, it was me, Skaggs, Ben, and Jake.
So okay, you replaced Bridgman. Okay.
Yeah.
And so like that 4x4, no one in their right mind wasn't like, we're gonna get a freshman
No, I
who's gonna
replaced
run
Levante.
49. Huh?
I replaced Levante because Levante ran it inside.
Indoor, he did. Then when did Bridgman run it?
I think he's only ran a couple. He never really liked. He didn't like.
Because I remember
to be on it necessarily.
like every time I ran a 4x4, I was always running against Bridgman.
I
I was
think
always
he
the same.
was just
And it would always be me and him running
Yeah.
each other.
I don't know. I know he ran it a couple times, but I don't think he ever ran the like. Because I don't think he ever wanted to run it as like a legit.
Like 18 type thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So like you take that group, no one's gonna believe that me, I'm gonna be on that 4x4.
Yeah.
No one is gonna believe that we're gonna get a freshman coming in.
Yeah.
It's like no one's gonna believe those things. So
Yeah.
it's like we could get next thing you know, like someone could go off.
Yeah.
It's like right, we never know those things. Like for all we know, Emmett can continue to progress and be faster than me.
Yeah.
You never know those things.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a year and a half.
We totally could. Like
Yeah.
just looking at him, and I feel like he could. He's already fast now. I mean, but like he could just. He seemed like the guy that's just gonna. He got so much better last year.
Yeah.
Like if like he could definitely just keep going.
Yeah, exactly.
I agree. I don't know what he did over the summer, but it didn't seem like it was. I don't want to say wasn't working over the summer.
I mean, he ran a pretty fast 300.
He did. Yeah. Like coming off the beginning of the year, like, I was at first like, where's Emmett at? I think it was just because I didn't see him much because like he wasn't X-Day groups, but like I wasn't really
Yeah.
practicing with him like I used to consistently. But yeah, I don't know.
I've got a question that is totally off this topic.
Okay.
Each one of you is gonna have. I probably have a different answer. So, whichever one wants to start.
Yeah.
What is like a conspiracy theory that you believe?
I believe. If you have one in mind, go ahead, so we can think about it.
Do you have one in mind?
I believe that the CIA was like connected into JFK's murder.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like there's more proof behind it now, and it's not like as much of a crazy theory.
Yeah.
But like, I definitely feel like there was something with all the evidence that they've brought forward, and just the fact that like he knew. I wouldn't say he knew the route because it was probably pretty obvious, but like knew where to be and like how to get out. There's definitely something behind that because
CIA and government and just in general, I think they're involved with a lot more than we realize.
It's also interesting. Like, there's so much that people don't know about it. Because, like, at first you're like, oh, like, the way the bullet traveled through JFK and hit the governor in front of him is weird. And you're like, oh, he's on a booster seat because he had, like, severe back issues, and it's, like, the type of Cadillac that was. Like, they put a booster seat, so it's custom made.
Yeah.
Well, like, that seems weird because it's, like, there has to be a second shooter, but, like, not necessarily.
yeah,
And then you have to also incorporate the fact that it's, like, how Lee Harvey Oswald died, because he got shot by, what's his name, the police friend dude.
yeah,
And it's like, that's also a conspiracy theory, because it's like, why would he kill him immediately? It very seems like, oh, I didn't want him to talk,
Yeah.
because he thought he was gonna, like, stuff like that. It's like,
Yeah,
there's
exactly.
a lot to it.
yeah.
And
I need to look more into that because I've heard more about it recently, and I just like haven't done as much research as I like to.
my dad's really, like, he watches a ton of Lee Harvey, JFK assassination stuff, and like, I used to watch a lot with him. It's like, there's a lot of interesting stuff to it.
Yeah,
It's a lot.
Well, the one I'm starting to think, my conspiracy theory, a lot of the stuff that I see about not even just going to the moon, but like just space things in general,
yeah,
I feel like there's a lot of evidence for both sides of whether or not we went or didn't go. Like I see
Yeah.
things and I'm like, I mean that seems like kind of legit. Like, or even like there's still a thing with Elon Musk, that his video of the live speed of Tesla in space.
yeah,
Apparently, there's been times where it glitches and it's just like a green. You see like the green screen in the back, and the car is like it's not even actually in space. It's just like a green screen.
yeah,
But like that could easily. Like then again, nowadays everything could be edited, so it's like that literally could just be fake.
yeah.
But I feel like I don't
like
know. There's definitely sometimes I just feel like there's definitely some of the space things. I feel like it's just like I don't know.
I'm trying
That's
to think
yeah.
of a conspiracy theory that's like out of the ordinary. Like I know about.
I mean, like we said, we talked about it yesterday, but I think that Egyptians had to have some type of technology.
Yeah.
Not saying it was like aliens or something. Like either they had hella slaves, which we know they did, or they also had. I just feel like they had to have some type of like technology or like energy somehow.
Yeah, because then you say that tips of them were like.
Yeah, it says that tips used to be gold, which is the best semiconductor, but they also have like drawings or hieroglyphs with like light bulbs and stuff, apparently.
Yeah.
But like, so it's just like kind of like there had to be something we don't know about.
The thing for me is, I don't know if it was solid gold. Like, I don't think it was a solid gold block. That'd be a huge. Getting that much gold up there,
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
gotta be hard. Getting
like
any of those.
Any of the blocks.
315, 325. That's my phone. Sure.
I got it.
Pre-practice prayer.
But like those blocks were bigger than this hot tub.
I missed. Oh, but thinking of that library, like half of it burnt or whatever. What is it called? Alexandrian or some library with like tons of the world's information was just burnt down by the Germans or somebody. It might have been way before that. But you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I wonder how much information was in that. That's not really conspiracy, but like to say a lot of the information was in that we wouldn't have to wonder about nowadays.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of one. I just can't.
I mean, that's what if it comes back to you.
I had another. Well, back to the moon one. I feel like there is like something there. Like we could have like said we made it there to like say we beat Russia because like the whole space race thing.
Race space.
That
And this?
That, yeah.
Yeah, that's probably,
there's more.
if someone shut one of yours off, it's probably like more pressure.
But like, do you really? I don't know if they had that kind of technology to like. I mean, obviously they had green screens and stuff.
Well, there's more technology in our phones now than what they had to go to space. back then.
Exactly. So like, I feel like it would have been harder for them to make that up. You know what I mean? Like, put that scene.
But like, you think it's harder to make it up than to actually go to the moon?
And keep it because they saw like the rocket go into space.
Yeah,
like,
true.
I think
It'd be very hard to fake it, but I see kind of, for me, in my head, I see it both ways.
Yeah, exactly.
But like, I see how it, but like, honestly, they probably did go. But like, if it came out someday that didn't go, I'd be like,
okay,
makes sense.
Yeah.
I think it's not even a conspiracy theory, but the government is hiding so much from us.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah. Like
That's just like, it's straight up. It's hiding so much from us.
Like we were talking about last night, how the average like release date or of technology that the military has like 15 years later or something like that.
Yeah.
It's nuts. Like so we talked about it last night. My dad's cousin worked at the Pentagon, and we actually
killed.
Yeah, can you say this legally?
well, he doesn't work there anymore.
Exactly. He probably signed something we can't talk too much.
NDA?
Just say it anyway. It's not. We know.
Well, no, we like went in there, and what was
Into
funny
the
was like,
Pentagon?
yeah,
You went in the Pentagon?
Yeah.
With him?
yeah, he was there,
cool.
and like he was, and we had to. I think my parents had to send like background checks and all this other stuff, and like,
Yeah. That's a lot.
but like when we went in there, I was thinking like it'd be a lot more like business.
Yeah.
But like there were like food courts and like we went to the food courts and stuff like that. But what I didn't realize, this might be like pretty obvious, but you know how there's 3 floors, right? There's like 3 floors. He said there's like 2 down, like underneath.
There's probably more than 2.
And he goes, I'm pretty sure there's more than that, but he's like,
Solid
I don't have
people.
clearance for that. So,
Yeah.
but that's nuts. Like, think about how big the Pentagon is. Like 2 floors underneath. Think about what they got down there, bro. Like that's just nuts.
I guess one conspiracy theory, Hitler didn't kill himself.
I don't think he did.
No. Mainly because obviously, like, he shot himself in the head. And, like, that body wasn't identifiable. Like, you couldn't tell by his face. And at that time, there wasn't, like, you couldn't, like, DNA tell.
Yeah.
Imagine he's still alive. He was still alive.
He would probably be dead by now.
No,
Especially,
but
the only thing for me is, like, he was on so much drugs that, like, he's definitely not alive now, or, like, whatever. Like,
Well,
he was definitely not mentally stable, so, like, that part, no. But, like, the body was identifiable, and then like they found like in that same thing they didn't know about it at the time, but like afterwards there was like caves or like concourse and tunnels leading straight to an airport, and then they weren't checking the airspace at the time.
Yeah.
And so it's like he like obviously like Nazis got with South America, so like, they believe that guy could have been.
Dude, you guys saw Red Notice, didn't you?
Yeah.
It's with the one with Dwayne Johnson.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. No, it's not that. Yeah.
Dude, that's like low key. Do you guys think that like kind of treasure and stuff exists?
Nazi treasure.
Like,
Well, they
just like.
I don't remember exactly what they found, but the Nazis
like-
literally stole tons of artifacts.
Oh yeah.
Like there's some that they don't know
Do
where
you
they are
think
now.
But do you think, like, imagine there's actually like a bunker like that?
There probably
Like
is.
somewhere.
I mean, now I don't think it's to that extent.
Yeah, no, that
Well,
was.
I've heard of people that have houses where like it's like not like it's just an old bunker. They didn't know they were just digging or something. They found like a hatch, like an old bunker, and it's just huge beneath their house.
Dang.
I wish that was my house. But.
Yeah. That'd
Could
be
be.
dope.
We should go check.
Well, you
Yeah,
check.
facts.
I've looked.
Go
You go to the basement.
Look.
You look into the basement. There's like a little door. Then you look in. You realize it's like they have like a 100-foot cellar. Like that. I wish that was my
Yeah.
house.
I do, but I don't, because I'm like, there's gotta be
True.
some sort of like I see like scary movies where there's like a person living in your walls, or like,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah, let's not get into horror movies, bro. I hate horror movies.
But like, I don't know, like there's gotta be like this is probably not to the extent that like people think conspiracy wise, but like there's definitely something.
Yeah.
Still like gold. Or,
I feel like this is really loud. Yeah.
so they also like they stole a lot from a lot.
Oh yeah.
There's stuff that's not gonna be accounted for.
Well, did you watch the new Indiana Jones? There's apparently it's the dagger that in the movie they said it's the dagger that stabbed Jesus, but then in the after thing they said all those artifacts, the main artifacts they use, they were real. Obviously they don't have the time thing doesn't have those powers to go back in time or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
But they said they were real. But it made me like I wonder if I don't know if the artifact was real, but I wonder if it was the actual spear that stabbed him in the side.
I wonder,
'Cause that's
like, how
insane.
would
The
you
water
know?
came out.
Yeah.
How would you know though? Like,
That's
know.
one thing, but
Like that spear could have been a real thing, but I don't know if it was the actual one.
yeah.
low key though, like, or especially like New Testament is a little bit less, but like the Old Testament is like
Document
it's
everything.
not only like a biblical like it's literally a history book. Like,
Oh yeah.
like we know not just because of the Bible, because of other things that Jesus was alive, he was
Yeah.
crucified on the cross. We know those things
Yeah.
to be 100% fact. Like that's not like up for debate. Now like you could debate that like Jesus wasn't who we actually said he was. Like all those
Yeah,
things. Are, like,
yeah.
that stuff doesn't matter, but like, it's historically true, and it's like where we don't have the exact day that Jesus was born, we have the
Yeah.
exact day that Jesus died. Like we
Yeah.
know that, we don't know the exact date, but like,
Yeah.
like those things could have been documented because
What other
I don't know.
other cultures have documented like
Oh yeah.
Jesus.
There's plenty. Like, I always think it's funny when, I mean, there's not
It's
very
proven that
many
Jesus was
atheists.
real.
Yeah. There's like some atheists that don't believe like human existence. It's like,
Which
okay, well,
is-
look up your facts there, pal.
Yeah.
Like,
I saw they believe they found where the tomb was because there's like what would have been a tomb. And
Yeah.
there was blood like pouring out of it, and the blood was still alive. The blood was like dated back to around that time.
I thought,
And it only
that
had-
was beneath
I thought it was-
living blood. It was somewhere.
I thought it
I
was
thought
under the
beneath-
cross.
where they found the cross because they
That
can't
might have
blood.
been that, but it's like
And,
it's
like-
still like right there.
Yeah.
Right? Like I believe like,
And
it was
they-
like he was crucified there, and then over here was where they didn't move his body far, right?
And
From my
they-
understanding.
I don't know. I don't know. They took him off.
Well-
They took him off the
Yeah, they took him off.
ladies. They got off the cross when they. I'm pretty sure they gave him to like Mary and them.
Yeah.
Did it
And
really?
they
I
were
guess
the
it
ones
could've
that wrapped
been
him and stuff.
For some reason, I thought it was close, but like
I mean, I guess it never says how
Yeah, I was
close
about
it
to
is.
say,
That's
it doesn't
like-
really say.
That's like where the like I guess this is my interpretation. I always thought it was like okay, it was crucified where that barn was, and then the tomb was right there.
Yeah.
Didn't they say like that blood sample also had 23 chromosomes? That's undeniable proof. Like, how do you have human sample blood? First of all, it's supposed to be
So
like, yeah, it's supposed to be.
Well, I don't know if I
deteriorated.
believe that video, but I don't even if it isn't true. I just
that's
It's
just like
changing
it's
me.
cool like to think about it. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how true it is, but
Like that would be that's sick. Like, just the fact that it had lasted that long and like
Yeah.
you don't have a living person that has 23 chromosomes. It just doesn't work.
so honestly, you're a Christian.
Yeah.
You have to give like your entire testimony to the day you started breathing. Like you can if you want, but like much some sort of that testimony. Break it down.
Some sort of that testimony.
Kind of like.
Okay. Most of it's probably gonna be like this semester, not even gonna lie.
I think it's most people we've talked to.
I agree.
Yeah. So I'll just start like farther back. I was one of those babies that got like baptized, like the little dribble, whatever it is.
Dribble.
And well, what is it like?
Oh, I know what you're talking
Like
about. Just that word. Is
sprinkled
funny.
on.
Oh,
Dribble
it's
is like
sprinkled.
you
It's
drool
sprinkled.
on.
No, it's sprinkled. I'm pretty sure. But and then we had a church that we always went to like every Sunday. Didn't matter like what we were doing or anything. We in Eureka, and then we came here and like Gibson, not Melbourne. Sorry.
Yeah.
And we basically like my mom's kind of picky when it comes to like the church that she wants to go to and stuff. She still doesn't go very often, which like I mean I don't know if I'm gonna talk to her about it. Maybe my dad's talked to her about it, but like maybe if I talk to her about it, it'll help. But we didn't really like go to church very much through high school here, and like obviously I still believed in stuff, but it wasn't like I wasn't like actually pursuing a relationship. Like I'd pray like when I needed something and like not really as much. And then even freshman year, I didn't really like the week of worship that we had, or what was it called?
It was still.
It was
prayer-
called
prayer
something
and
else.
fasting. Yeah, it's prayer and fasting.
Yeah, it was second semester, wasn't it? That was like eye-opening, but then it was kind of one of those where I was on a high and then like it kind of just like fizzled out, and like not fizzled out, but like you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And then over the summer, nothing really changed. I was, for the people you guys obviously know, but I was with my high school girlfriend. The summer was pretty tough because like, well, she was obviously doing things she wasn't supposed to. Not gonna go into that. And then at the beginning of the year, she ended up, let's just say that relationship, like overall, just messed with me a ton, because like a lot of the things that went on, both like, it was both of what we did and then a lot of what she did just like messed with my mental state and stuff. And then I feel like we had a week of worship at the beginning of the year, didn't we?
We've had 3
Yeah, we've had 3.
3 total. 2
in this year.
Oh, I thought you meant
Yeah, I guess-
this semester. I was like,
In
yo.
the year of 2023.
I was like, did I miss one this semester? And I can't remember. I think that was actually before, but
It was like the first
After-
week of classes.
oh yeah, so it was before. But like during that period, I still like was kind of like wanting her back and stuff, but I realized that I was putting all of my identity into that relationship,
Yeah.
and I realized how much I needed to put my identity into the greatest relationship you can have, and things started to flip, and I still like desired that relationship back because like that's natural since it was 2.5 years. But I'm gonna say, and then you guys had, well, now I'm a part of it, but the Jesus Jammers, that group, and like just other people, like my apartment, kind of like, I wouldn't say accepted me more, but like I paid attention to it more. And then we started hanging out with the Jesus Jammers, and like I feel like this is gonna be really corny, but I feel like that group like kind of saved me. It's really corny. I'm sorry, but like just like because it's like a big group that like is rooted in the same stuff, and we can like openly talk about our faith. And since then, like I've kind of just like redefined my faith.
Yeah.
And I had my baptism. I can't remember. This is bad. A lot of people, yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of people remember their date. I don't remember. It was like September something. It was September like teens or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys came to that, and that kind of where like it flipped. And then recently, I feel like I found like a lot more joy in just everything, because I've kind of like decided to just like let go of, not totally let go of the old life, but like finally like just let it go where it wants.
Yeah.
And like some of it has obviously stayed with buddies back home, but just like realizing that God was telling me, hey, it's time to move on, pal.
Yeah.
And kind of just listening, like the tattoo says, trust in Him.
I was about to say that.
Yeah, but yeah, that's
I mean,
most of it have this semester though,
yeah.
because that group is awesome.
Where do you feel like you're at now?
I'm at now. Well, obviously
how
everyone's
you
gonna
get
say you can get better.
Yeah.
But like I feel like there's plenty of times when I'm just by myself and I told Caleb this. It's gotten to the point where I literally say "What's up, Dad?" when I start talking to him. Like when it's more like a casual, just like talk,
Yeah.
and I'll just like have talks and you guys and like have kind of gotten me into the mindset of like reading the Bible daily and I've started taking notes in church and stuff, so it's gotten a lot better. I feel like I've done a lot better, like the way I'm acting about it,
Yeah.
but like obviously there's more. I don't know what more is and what He wants me to do, but that's just something to like be like, hey, what do you want me to do, and he'll show you.
Yeah.
When it comes to more, like I feel like it's a blessing and a curse because I feel like when it comes to like me, I feel like when it comes to not even like church things, just in general, like I got to a point where I was like, I feel like I can't enjoy everything because I feel like I was like trying to be like a leader in absolutely everything.
Yeah.
But like I feel like I cannot just go to church on Sundays, go home and do nothing else. Like not like just I can't just be like, oh, the casual, just go to church on Sundays and leave. Like
Yeah.
I'm not saying like I don't like pastor or anything like that, but it's more of like I just can't just do that. There has to be more because it gets to be a lot more intentional. And whether it be like during the week where there's like small groups and all that stuff. But
Yeah.
I just can't. With my family, show up, leave, do nothing else. I can't even imagine that.
Yeah.
And I've tried to kind of rub up on my brother more, because like I feel like their football team had like a group where they talked, like they would do Bible study and stuff. But like listening to music is like kind of one of the last things that goes. And I feel like he still listens to like rap and stuff.
Brother?
Yeah. But like I feel like he's cussed a lot less and stuff like that. But I'm trying to like rub out like that Sinful song. I sent it to him. I was like, "What do you think of this?"
The
I was like,
song
Chris-
sounds crazy.
It's called Sinful.
Okay, yeah, no, sorry.
Yeah, I know.
You should listen to it. Who's it by?
Alex.
It's by
Gazelle.
Aha Gazelle.
Gazelle.
I don't like his Gazelle part, but
Yeah, it's weird, but
it's a
like,
Christian rapper.
yeah,
The song is called.
yeah, and like
It's not
you
just corny Christian rap.
yeah, no, it's actually good. But
Christian
yeah,
rap is leveling up.
facts. And I'm glad because
Yeah.
I need
It was
workout music.
also
Definitely.
bad at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Respect to everyone who sang it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But like, just trying to like rub off on him, like, hey, this is like really helped me out, and like, obviously you're in a good spot right now, but like, this could also like make it just that much better, you know?
Yeah. Well, like your whole story, and along with whole week of worship, where I was talking about how these things that we think are like, how can this be good, or like that are just bad in our life, it's just they end up being good for you. Just like what the enemy meant for evil,
Yeah.
worked it out for good.
Yeah.
What the enemy meant for evil, God has worked it out for my good. And not necessarily even our good. Like a lot of time in my head, it's like it might be when it's saying my good, it's like for him though, like for his
Yeah.
kingdom, for
And
him.
I like
Not
the,
like for your prosperity or whatever you want to call it.
and I like the thing that says your testimony isn't meant for you.
Yeah.
So like the troubles that you go through, obviously they're gonna like teach you lessons and stuff. But a lot of times those lessons, if you talk to them about like in front of groups, there's gonna be somebody who connects with it.
Yeah.
So like, it was Rusty and what was her name, bro? His wife.
His wife?
Yeah.
Jenny.
Yeah, like they don't like. Obviously, all that stuff is really personal, but like,
Yeah.
there's definitely somebody who like
Needed to do that.
yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
It helped all of us.
Yeah, like, cause like it's just crazy how we were talking about this last night again.
Yeah.
How like God connects everything.
Yeah.
Like he's the best. Like I don't want to say screenwriter, but like
Storyteller.
yeah, exactly. Like he's just like writes everything to connect, interconnect, and like that whole like we have such a small world.
Yeah.
Like
What are you saying?
it's because he knows what he's doing. Like
There's things that happened 20 years ago they didn't realize when, like, 20 years later, they finally figured it out together. Or, like, things happened so long ago, and then you don't realize that happened, and now I can help use it now.
exactly.
almost.
Yeah.
And you don't
like,
remember.
not only with just testimony. I feel like there's been times where like I've read the Bible and it's like obviously it is for you and like don't want to be like I'm reading this for anyone else.
Yeah.
Don't get that. That's bad mentality. But like there's been times where like I read the Bible, I get something out of it because I get something out of it. Like there was like someone's coming to me with like a problem and I'm like it says right here. It's like where beforehand like I would never be able to like give like I can give like a God response, but not like a biblical root response. Would be like this is where it says it right here in this book specifically. Where like that has helped me and I don't want to say it has helped others. Like you can at least try to help others by telling them those things. And, when you like, know the word, like you can answer like constant communication, have a relationship with him. That's like, use your testimony, use like, all those things. For his good. Yeah.
That's like I like to compare the Bible to like the answer sheet. Like any problem that you have, the Bible probably has a solution to it. Like not like it's probably not like gonna talk specifically like word for word what your situation is, but like it's gonna be pretty close. Yeah. Sometimes it's like okay, well,
but like, I'd say any overwhelming topic that you deal with, they can say something in the Bible about it.
Well, it's like everything. Well, the whole thing about like what God needed to say, everything He has said was already in the Bible.
Yeah.
So it's it's like not that He won't speak to you now, but it's like a lot of people are like asking for answers when He's already said it in the Word.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like sometimes people are praying for an answer, and it's like, well, it's in the Word already. That's where your answer is.
Exactly. I really like I mean, this is kind of related, but I like I've seen a ton of Instagram posts that say there's one thing that's said 365 times in the Bible, and it's fear not. So like, it's not a coincidence. Like every day, fear not. Like, don't worry about like what's coming next because it's already been planned out. Like, that's kind of like a mindset. It's really hard to take on, but a good mindset is like, yes, you should plan your future and stuff, but knowing that it's already been planned out for you.
There's a book.
But you can ruin that plan, because we have free will. Because otherwise, if you believe it's all predestined.
Yeah, true.
It's like,
it's not like in stone, but like
it's a story of like two sisters. They both start with the letter M. I think one's Mary. It's not Mary Magdalene. It's not Mary, Jesus' mom. It's Mary. That her and her sister. I'll say the older sister was like super worried. Like she like was like a big like doer. Like she like probably, if you can compare it to like today's world, like she always volunteered in church. She always was like there for all these things. And Jesus showed up, and like, they both were Christians. They both believed in Jesus. Like, they believe that Jesus was inside, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
And she almost like, complained to Jesus about her sister. Her sister was kneeling at his feet and was like just like listening, like worshiping him. Her sister was like Jesus, like she's not like doing these things. And then like how I'm butchering the story. I'll tell you what it was like. But how like she had no worries. Her immediate thought was I need to go worship him.
Yeah.
The rest will figure itself out. The older sister didn't have a bad mindset. Like the mindset was still go help others, go be a servant, serve a leader to others, like do her hardest. But like at the same time, like
more concerned with the works.
Put, like Jesus in front of everything.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes if you're dealing with something or like you're trying to make a decision, like it's very easy to like almost fleece God in a way of being like Jesus, if you want me to date Caleb right now, please send someone to do 4 backflips, a front flip, so these exact same things, and I'll do it. Where like you should just go spend time with him.
Yeah.
That's my like, hey, you're not gonna hear an audible word. The Bible's like ask Caleb out today. It's not gonna say that in the Bible.
Yeah.
No matter how much you want it to, it's not going to.
Yeah.
But like you can still like have a feeling about it, or like be prompted by the Holy Spirit.
And I feel like with that, I've seen the analogy that like when you ask, like when you're little, I shouldn't say little, like when you're in middle school, when you wanted to ask something big of your parents, you had to butter them up, right? Like you had to like get them, like do something nice for them. We shouldn't do that for God, but like you need, like you can't just go up to him and be like, hey, I want this, and then not talk to him until you want something else. Like,
it's not transactional. It's not. Like,
yeah, exactly.
But you don't have to
I'm gonna
butter
go
them
pray
because it's
for
not
4K.
yeah, no, I shouldn't have said butter them up, but like you know what I mean. Like you need to
treat it
do.
like your own like transactional ATM one.
Yeah, exactly.
If I do this,
Yeah.
you're gonna do this.
Yeah.
Also, like, you know. Oh, I say like that thing I was saying goes back to Matthew 6:33. Seek first the kingdom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No matter what you do, like that should be your primary.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, if you're following that exit sign, if you're following that straight line,
Yeah,
you're
exactly.
just staying on that path. Everything that God has provided you is gonna be on that path.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not gonna be perfect.
Everything that you need.
Not like, hey, you go over like, hey, this towel looks really nice, but it's off the path. I gotta go grab it.
Yeah.
It's off the path.
Yeah.
It's not prepared for you.
If you need it, he'll give it to you. If
Yeah,
you're seeking
exactly.
him first.
What that was, like part of the lesson. That was Corey's, wasn't it?
That was Russell.
Oh,
But it all kind of
Rusty.
connects.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it literally connected to like a ton of things that we're thinking about. But,
Yeah. What are we doing the next week for worship? I can't remember.
We had never said.
We'll definitely do.
Needs to be-
hopefully,
needs
one
to
or two
happen.
more. But we'll see.
Needs to happen.
I know, like
Two more
everybody
at least.
who's planning it, for the most part, are gonna be somewhat busy with sports. So, like,
Yeah.
not in a sense of like, oh wait, we don't want to plan it because we're gonna be busy, but it's might be like, oh, it's gonna be for us to plan it.
Yeah.
And we also just don't want to keep like asking a ton of a lot of.
Yeah, I know. I
Yeah,
seen that too.
exactly.
But like, they are convinced.
Yeah.
We could always have our. We could lead it. We don't need to be.
Facts.
I was
Like,
gonna
we
say
just,
Hey,
that's-
we
as
that's
long,
something-
we don't need the mics. If we just start singing, everybody's
Facts.
like.
We have a piano at our house.
We didn't need a piano. We
There's
just
piano,
sing.
there's a piano at the track house.
Yeah.
Like,
Facts.
let's like, Maddie can play the piano. We
Hey,
can sing together. If we don't even need a piano, like we have speakers.
Yeah.
Hey, the Jesus Jammers could be an acapella group.
We've low-key considered like, especially like after that night at the worship where we were all sitting there like jamming,
That was fun.
I know.
like doing like that in a more serious note.
Yeah.
Playing music, put the speaker and sing.
Yeah.
Worship in that way.
Yeah.
We don't need a giant. Even though
Yeah.
like, a lot of time in production, we don't need someone there singing for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's honestly like more fun when it's not led.
It's more meaningful.
Yeah.
It's like the purest form of worship is there's no anything else besides you.
Yeah, exactly.
And like obviously the lot is like very close to that. It's not a stage. It's not like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
just
exactly.
worship.
I still my favorite what's it called when we go to a pop up was
Oh,
lampstand because they were like they had those carpets down, rugs down. They were just like we all surrounded them. So then like the music came from the middle, but then like we were in a giant open room, so it just sounded really good, and it just was really cool.
And
And it was like it was like a brick building, so it just was like it just looked cool. And besides that stuff, like it was just good worship, dude.
I want to
Yeah.
be like there's not a whole lot of churches that like have that big of an area.
Yeah.
That big
Yeah.
setting, but
Not that we need it. That one was
I
just
agree.
really cool.
That was really cool.
I also feel like, especially the Bible church that we go to, I don't like how there's like some churches have like a script. Like this is exactly what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Like I feel like you want to have like an outline, but like it should be moved around. Like it shouldn't be we're gonna sing this song right now and then we're gonna sit down and like listen to a sermon.
That's how it's
I
like.
low-key really hope
Yeah.
That's what they would say too.
that this past so I'm going home to my home church for the first time in a while.
Yeah.
Like, I really hope it's not. It sounds bad. I hope it's not like a Christmas service where like the kids go up there and sing. It's like all those things. Like I hope it's like there's a sermon. It's like I haven't sat down and listened to it like that in a while.
Yeah.
And I'll like actually listen to it like with more attention because like I gotta do that now.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna do that where I was last time. I was talking about how long ago it was.
Yeah. I think probably my favorite church right now is probably Red. Just like the way they do it. Like obviously it's cool like all the lights and stuff, but like it's just the environment I feel like is the coolest.
I like thinking about it now. Like there is not a dilemma, but it's like I'm not the biggest fan of like it feeling like a performance. Just in general, like no matter like what worship it is. But I almost think sometimes louder equals better.
Uh-huh.
Not in the sense of worship, but like because it's not in the sense of worship, like not in the sense of like performance loud, but like in the sense of like there's a lot less distraction when it's loud. Like, I
When it's
don't-
not about
yeah.
you, to me, it feels like I have more freedom for me to actually.
Exactly.
exactly to sing
Not
louder.
be
Yeah.
embarrassed about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like at other
You're-
churches, like it's just really
It's,
quiet. and I
to
can't-
me,
yeah.
even they have like that cool looking board and they have the lights and fog. It isn't necessarily, I don't feel like they're doing it for performance.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
if you look at them, a lot of times they're like in their own world.
Yeah.
Like they're actually
Yeah.
like they're not
They're
singing
worshiping
to
by
us. They're worshiping themselves.
They're not like also
Not them
like
not worshiping themselves, but
Yeah,
worshiping
yeah, yeah.
up there,
Themselves.
like by
as in,
themselves.
like,
Yeah.
it's not like a concert where like you see them walking around the stage and
Yeah.
like just pointing at the fans and stuff. It's not about that. It's like I'm just up here to like help lead the singing.
Yeah.
And like obviously worship, but like they're not worried about how they look up there.
Yeah.
That's how it should be. And I feel like when it comes to worship, the most like intimate it gets is when like you close your eyes and like kind of like go, like you said, go into your own world. Because like obviously you're gonna hear the people around you, but like I feel like you can almost just like focus more on like praising than
When you just start talking to Jesus, that's the best song ever. I think.
Anything else we need to talk about? Anything else on your guys' mind?
I was gonna think of another question. But I
I
can't
would say
remember.
this is definitely our longer podcast.
I'm about ready to get out. My fingers are
Yeah,
prunes.
Dude, I kept that's why I've been holding my hands out.
Yeah, like I've been holding my hands out like this. All
I
right.
can
couldn't
tell
do
I'm
that
boiling
with
from the inside out.
So is this the perfect dab? We gotta end it like that.
We can try.
Bro, your hand.
Show the
Yo,
camera.
bro, that is bad.
What's your hand look like? Has it been out?
Mine are like still pruny,
This
but
one's
like,
pretty bad. This one.
oh, that's
You're
bad.
terrible.
What? I thought that was good. See, now we're gonna take forever. That's good.
It doesn't feel right. But
Yeah, it's also because your hand.
Y'all are wet.
If you have water on you.